Hello and welcome to this week's Angel Inspiration reading. I'm Rachel Skoltock and it is Monday the 3rd of October. So as an angel and energy therapist, I'm really happy to see that the cards this week are really talking about clearing our energy with a really strong message from the angels. So I know that there is some really horrendous stuff going on around the world, and there's always horrendous stuff going on around the world. Some stuff gets more personal, but it's really important at this moment to recognize your feelings, because your energy changes when there's something that creates fear or grief or sadness, and you have to acknowledge that. And the more sensitive you are, the more aware you may be of it without even being aware of what exactly is going on. So what I'm saying is, you might feel heavy, you might feel like you're struggling, you might feel emotional and not know why, and then you turn on the news or you switch on social media and you see that there's been some horrible disaster. Well, that's not an accident. That's because, not only is it being instantly wired around the world through our television sets and our computers and our phones, that energy is everywhere. It's like a huge cobweb of energy flying towards us. But also mass consciousness changes, the people that we're tuned into, and we remember that we are all one. We are one with everybody and everything, even the people we don't like. On an energetic level or on a spiritual level, we are one. And we can acknowledge that and know that we share something, but we don't have to be absorbing all of that energy all of the time. So let's get on with the reading. I used, again, this deck that I'm really loving. I'm really attracted to using at the moment in my Instagram daily readings and on here. And this is Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray and the artist Lily Moses, awesome Australian artist. So the first card out is always the present situation. And I loved it when this card came out. It's called the Divine Director. And it's about intervention and purpose. But the message of this card is giving you knowledge that your prayers are heard. You are experiencing an intervention of a spiritual kind at this moment in your life, as an individual and as we all are, as en masse. So your awareness and your consciousness and the way that you handle that is down to you individually. So the purpose in this card is that you find inner peace and happiness. And in order to do that, you need to sometimes disconnect from the external, whether it's problems in your family, in your office, or what you're seeing on the news, in order to take responsibility for the happiness inside of you. So yes, it is still possible to find inner peace and happiness, and it's actually necessary at this time, because I think what happens is that a lot of people get angry and they build up hatred and, towards a certain person or a certain group or, depending on their beliefs and the country's beliefs and things like that. And that hatred then not only disturbs their inner peace, but it disturbs the outer peace. So the angels have always said to me that inner peace happens one soul at a time. And so this is really saying to you, it's time to get happy, people. It's time to get happy and to know that you're being guided and that the angels are with you, and as is the divine creator. Now, this card is called the divine, I don't know if you can see it there in the light, the divine director. So it's an aspect of the divine, which brings you angels and other spirit guides to help you to move away from drama, to let go of that which doesn't serve you, to start to work on the things that truly make you happy, not just the things that make you money, not just the things that make the people around you happy, but that make you happy. To be able to have that freedom to even just spend an hour a week on something that is just for your own happiness is building up that storage of happiness inside of you. And that's what's important. This isn't about other people or the planet or getting your ducks in a row. This is about your purpose of happiness, because when your light shines, it shines out and it creates a ripple effect and breaks the link of hatred and anger and fear that is on the web. And I'm talking about our energy web. The next card is really interesting. and something for you to think about. This is Saint Germain, and it's about karma releasing. Now, Saint Germain is, the one who carries the violet flame. And the message of this card says, move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy. So how powerful is that, that we've had that message in two different ways, both from the Divine Director and from Saint Germain. Move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy. Now, karma is the law of cause and effect. It's not punishment and reward like we've been sort of programmed to think it is. It's cause and effect. So karma can come, of course, from past lives, and it can come through your family line. It can come through the relationships that you link up with. So if you think about it, imagine you go and work for somebody and you're working in a big corporation, and that corporation is creating negative energy in the world in some way. Maybe they are spending money on things that harm people, or they've got some sort of way in which they're not creating great energy in the world. They're creating negative karma. The cause of that energy is going to have an effect in some way. It's going to hurt people. People might start to get angry. But also, by linking into that energy, by working for them, you are starting to become part of the whole. So then your energy starts to take on the karma of the other that you're connected to. And the same thing can happen if you're constantly trying to help people in need that don't want to do it for themselves. So let's say you've got a friend who you know that if they just did A, B, and C, their life would clean up. But they actually, when they get really down, they come and moan and they carry on about it. But they don't actually do anything about it. They don't take a step. We've all been through that, right? You've been through that frustration of going, if only you would just do, what I can see you need to do. Well, there's 100 reasons. You've got to honour people's process. And one of that reason might be that they don't want to take responsibility, but another one might be they're not ready. But when you start to link in your energy and invest too much energy into that relationship and that need, then you take on their karma and that energy becomes yours. The same thing goes in relationships, in friendships, anything that you're really dug into. So you need to be willing to release the karma of yourself and of others. So look at where there might be drama and fear in your life and things that aren't working so well and go, okay, is this mine? Is it someone else's? This isn't to blame. Angels, I am now ready to release and balance the karma that I may have taken on or that might be mine in this situation. And of course, a simple example of karma is that if you constantly think negative thoughts, those negative thoughts will have an effect. So if you keep worrying about your health, then you'll start to get little colds and sniffles and problems. If you keep being negative about your neighbour, then your neighbour will keep being negative towards you. It's a cause and effect. It's a simple cause and effect, but it's something that most people just don't get. So it doesn't mean that you attracted the illness that you have. It doesn't mean that you attracted the bad luck, but it does mean that you have got some power over it so that you can start to look at what little things can I do to start to make the adjustments to shift my energy so that my cause is positive, that's going to create a positive effect. So it's about shifting and making room for the new good energy, doors being opened for you, positive things coming. Let that negative energy burn off. Release it to the angels. Now, as a final card, we've got the perfect solution. We have got the Archangel Michael, and the message is trusting heaven. Now, this card comes up when you've been praying for help, but nothing seems to be happening, or it seems like there's nothing happening. And so that's an opportunity for you to step back a bit in what we call surrender, which really means let it go long enough that the angels can intervene and do something. It's like trying to post a letter and then not actually letting it go. When you've got a problem, you've got to completely give it to the Archangel Michael, to your guardian angels, and to God, to heaven. So the angels, what does this card say? You're safe. The angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. So it's letting you know that you can move from this place of feeling heavy and awkward and clunky and feeling stuck and wondering whether it's their fault, what's going on for me. A few clues as to what you can do. You can step out of the way, because your self-doubt about whether the angels are going to help you, your self-doubt as to whether you're deserving, your fears and worries and concerns and negativity about other people, whether it's your family, whether it's your boss, whether it's your neighbor, whether it's your partner or ex-partner, all of that can start to shift when you start to give it away, as Saint Germain suggests. Put it into the violet flame and ask that all karma be balanced between you. And then trust that heaven has something wonderful waiting for you. There is something amazing. Often, working with angels has taught me that it's not like Santa Claus coming down on Christmas Day and dropping a present down the chimney and that's, what you're going to get. It's actually about teamwork. We work together with our angels. So sometimes they're saying, look, we want to help you, but you've got to shift that great big lump of negativity and resentment or anger or fear in order to be able to do that. And often it is energy. It's related to our thoughts and our words and our emotions. But if we sit in this kind of stubborn, no one's going to help me, it's not fair, then nothing can move. So you have to do something to start to shift that energy and really fully commit, and then trust, because trust is a big part of it. That's what lets us let go, when we trust. So I love doing these readings for you. Thank you for supporting them. I appreciate your comments and the emails I get. I really appreciate that. And don't forget that I do a weekly written blog, which is my newsletter, which goes out most Mondays. Today it's Tuesday because it was the public holiday yesterday. That includes this video and also includes extra healing information that could help you and inspire you and help you connect to your angels. And of course, my book is on sale on my website, as is this new course, Intuitive Angel and Energy Therapist, which I've got a few places left on. So if you're interested in joining us in November for that course, it's certified. I'd love to have you there. Get in touch. Have a great week. Angel blessings. And don't forget to send love and light to those that are hurting in the world. Have a great week.